Minister's view, as it is said in the Home Office's submission to the judges on appeal, that the rights of asylum seekers trump the interests of local people who do not want those hotels to be open. It says so in the Home Office's submission. Do ministers agree that the rights of asylum seekers trump those of local people?
What we believe is that the Home Secretary and the Government have a responsibility to make sure that we are doing our job in processing cases, in accommodating those in the interim who've come to our country. The decision that we saw arising out of the Epping case would have had bigger consequences right across the country that would have led to wider consequences in terms of disruption that would have caused. Look, it's far from ideal. Look, I don't want to be in the place of defending
That's what the judges said, but that's not an answer to the question I asked you. Do you agree with the Home Office's submission that the rights of asylum seekers are more significant, more material than the interests of local populations? It
is about a balance of rights. When people come to this country and claim asylum, we have a responsibility as a government to assess their cases and to process them. For those who have got a clear right to be here, for those who have evidenced what they are facing in terms of persecution, refugees, then that will be decided. Where they don't, then we will take action to remove people from the country. So we do have a responsibility to process those cases. And yes,
to
the
responsibility to those asylum seekers is more important than the responsibility to those who live locally.
Our responsibility to those who live locally is also important as well. And I completely understand why many people in places like Epping, where hotels have opened up, feel incredibly frustrated about that. They have a right, of course, to demonstrate lawfully and peacefully. Of course, where it crosses a line, that isn't consistent with our long-standing traditions in this country of respect for the rule of law, respect for the police, and our responsibility to make sure that we have safe communities for everybody living there. And given what is alleged to have happened in Epping, I appreciate this is an ongoing case, so I won't go too far in saying much about this. Given what is alleged to have happened, I can understand the concern that causes.